Hi, my name's Joseph Holmes. I'm the Chief Executive here at West Berkshire Council, and I originally joined the council in 2008 as the Deputy Chief Finance Officer. I was really fortunate to work at West Berkshire. It was my first job in local government, and I worked here for 5 years originally, and I found it a really supportive environment. So both from a family side of things, I was able to help support and look after my second child and work slightly more flexibly, which was really beneficial. But also I was able to get involved in a whole wide range of projects from across lots of different council areas. Those included building and big construction projects, as well as staff related schemes and different change projects we had. And that experience gave me lots of different skills that I was able then to take to become Chief Finance Officer at 2 other councils, and then to help progress my career through to become Director of Resources when I rejoined the council back in 2019. And actually building on those skills of both being Chief Finance Officer and Director of Resources enabled me to be Chief Executive now, which has been fantastic and a real privilege to work for the council in such a role. I'm here with Shannon Coleman-Slaughter, who is our Chief Finance Officer, or Section 151 Officer. How long have you been here at the council for?
I came to the council about 20 years ago, coming into the internal audit function, having been in private practice previously. I did internal audit here. I managed part of the internal audit team before I moved across to main finance service, where I undertook business partnering with one of our directorates, before going back to a more technical role, being the chief accountant, and moving into the service director role, and now the 151. I think what's very nice about the finance service at West Berks, it's not too big. Which means we engage heavily with the organisation, and it means it's almost sort of like a family feel to it. And I think that comes from sort of what you said earlier. It's very supportive. We are very supportive of each other, and we're very supportive of the organisation. It's not just sitting looking at a spreadsheet, it's getting out and talking to people, working through projects. Are projects viable? And actually then seeing these projects happen. And I think that is something that can give you a level of satisfaction in the role. We are incredibly lucky here. This is a very flexible organisation. I have a young family, and to be able to juggle a young family with the 151 role and all the roles I've done before, and I've managed some quite significant teams here, the flexibility to allow me to do that without having to compromise my career goals has been tremendously beneficial. And I've always found this environment one where people are given the opportunity, and if you want to succeed, you certainly can. I think it's going back to the point about us being a smaller service, is that opportunity to get involved in projects. So you're not purely just looking at finance. You can go and sit with the services and work through their plans with them. It gives you a greater insight to the organisation as a whole. So you are not just, for want of a better expression, debits and credits. You are looking at impacts and opportunities, essentially. The biggest positives of this organisation is culturally we are willing to support people all the time. That with some of the higher level finance roles, they're not always attainable. And I have a young family, I do a lot of juggling, so I find the flexibility of this organisation incredibly supportive to be able for me to fulfil my career goals whilst juggling those responsibilities.